Hello, and welcome to the last episode of Scion the Veil Society. I think we lost someone. Oh, I think they're
I'm sorry,
back.
I hit the wrong thing. I'm
It's
so
fine.
sorry.
We're working in post. Like everything else, I'm sorry. The ideal of Jurassic Park 12 is now a crossover with Fast and Furious is now stuck in my head, and I forgot the whole intro. Uh, so, hi, welcome. I am your storyteller Crow, and this is the last episode. We will get into what happened last episode, but that's not important. What is important is my players. Starting on the left of me, Zach, hello. Your pronouns, your character pronouns, and one thing that happened in last week's episode.
I am Zach, he, they. I am currently cutting screens and fixing, putting people back in place, so I am distracted. Um, One thing that happened last episode, um, I, Samantha now has talons instead of hands. So we got that. She's got that going for her. Yes, my character is Samantha. She, her.
All right. And then on the right of me, Minty, hello. Your pronouns, your character, their pronouns, and what happened. One thing that happened last week.
Hello, everyone. I'm Minty Bow, they, any, and I have the privilege of once again playing for you all Velma Colgan. Velma just had a very strangely and suspiciously relaxing, let me read my son the riot act in private so much that we may or may not have gotten the cops called on us and went to the library and got a very lovely set of books that she is also currently picking apart. Because honestly, who makes an entire tea grimoire and doesn't talk about how much sugar to put in here? What are we, British?
That is valid. Um, Hello, Janie. Hello. Your pronouns, your character's name, pronouns, and one thing that happened last episode.
Um, she, they, Marina is she figuring things out. And, you know, I remember, I think we went to the island, Marina's island,
Gotcha.
and, all that. There was so much that happened there. My goodness.
Yeah,
But, um, yeah,
so
we
we
went
got
to the island.
yeah, we went to we can't really go too much in the I we almost got to about Tyler Perry. It's a whole thing. If you didn't see last week's episode,
But it's in the it was in the Sargasso Sea, just so you
The
know.
the
yeah,
the transcripts of what happened at the island is redacted.
yeah. So that
There's also the Sargasso Sea, which is where the Bermuda Triangle is located, kind of.
yeah, so if you missed that part, and, I mean it's important, we'll get to it later. And finally, Cal, hello. Your pronouns, your character, their pronouns, and why are you tied up again?
I was tied up.
I think that's what happened last week.
You don't remember when that happened?
How come I don't remember? I must have taken an anti-memetic.
I mean, you were there.
Uh, yeah, so I didn't tied up.
Like you had a whole character development moment there. Like,
Oh, that yeah.
This
I
dude was
just
moving.
didn't know I was being tied up.
no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Um, let's see. Yeah, my name is Cal. I use he him pronouns, and so does Victor. Victor botched all their like culture and stealth rolls. Um, crept through a crept through some tunnels, found an underground DJ as the world was ending, and was escorted by a young man who got a lecturing. And geez, what else? Decided to do something with his life and his sword,
That sounds about right.
just like
And,
real life.
and we want to thank you all for attending last week's episode. I know there was a lot of things that took on and went place. we don't have to even discuss all of that. But we do have to get to our last episode as we are going to visit Velma. Velma. A lot has happened, and then also what happened in the missing episode last week, but that's not important. What is important is that you're going through a crisis, family crisis. Your son has revealed a few things. He revealed basically feeding scions to this thing that everyone's calling a saint. You realize that your oldest daughter, who has left your little one in your care, I mean, he calls her a terrorist. He calls herself a freedom fighter. It's kind of like when they were kids, but only this time they mean that literally in a sense. And
It's it's coming home to find instead of a vase being broken and then pointing fingers at each other, now she's looking at who knows how many scions sacrificed to an unknown eldritch being. And California, Oregon, are they now the same? Are they separate? Are they still there? It's broken now too instead of the vase.
yeah, so that's a lot. Um, the small grandbaby goes in and out. Rescue squads and all of that, and he's having his own little adventures. And it's just like, so no one looks after the kid and make sure that the kids are not getting into trouble. And you just thinking, oh, yeah, no, it's fine that they're fighting monsters with their friends and having those little dangerous parallel adventures. And also, more importantly, your husband threw his back out for a fourth time. So there's that.
All of this together would have Velma calling an immediate family meeting. At this point, she does not give a single flying fuck if it is just pertaining to the regular family or the broader family. But some shit needs to get ironed out real quick before she has a tantrum.
Um, Give me let me see, what's a good appropriate role for this? Um, let's see, what do I want you to roll to get your kid to respond to your text?
Use your specialty, grandma voice.
Especially grandma voice, yeah. Okay. Either give me a persuasion, leadership, or technology role, and you're rolling with presence as the attribute. Um, there is no difficulty here, so it's just whatever the dice decide.
All right. We'll go leadership because it's a moment of, you know what? I'm not politely asking. I'm telling you that if you don't get your ass over here, you are going to have more problems than the Easter eggs.
And I will say,
What does that mean? Nobody knows.
that's fair. You do have two enhancements because you are mama in this situation, and you should be answered by at least a second text.
All right. Let's see what we've got here. So we have got two successes with one of those being a 10, leaving us with 10. Two successes with the two enhancement.
So you send a mass text out on the group chat. It's not really a group chat, it's more like a text chain. You're sending out the same text to everyone and looking for a response back. You do get a response first from um, your your niece, um, your niece Ethel. She's working on like this whole album thing, Preacher's Daughter, something like that, and you're just like, oh, okay, okay, sweetie, yep, yep, no, no, we get it. We sad, you're sad. You can stay home from the meeting. You don't have to work on that album. Um,
She hasn't reached the box die level of sad yet, so it's fine. She can be alone for now.
yeah, so she's fine for right now. But that Preacher's Daughter album she's working on is it's getting intense. Um, you wait and wait. You get something from your middle child, so your middle son. Um, oh, you haven't really heard much about the other two. Have not argued about him. Um, it's just like, yeah, mom, yeah, it's great. I'm just gonna have to. I'll fly out there. Eventually, I'm in New York. I have some stuff I have to take care of, but I'll be there as soon as possible.
It better be
Tell her
within
to
3 days.
now.
It better be within 3 days. 3 days.
Use grandma
That's
teleportation, and a Doctor Strange portal like opens up, and you just reach through and grab them.
instead of with the rings, it's with a slipper. Just
Your youngest son hits you with a text. New phone, who this?
new concussion coming your way.
Oh, there's waiting. It's been like 10 minutes since someone replies back, and you're like, oh wait, hey mom, how you doing?
I am doing wonderful. And she's gonna pull out the old technique. I was just wanting to have like a family dinner. I had just accidentally overspent on some groceries, and you know how it's been so long since everyone's had a good meal. Because nobody comes to visit grandma until there's something free.
There's a follow up text. Wait, you got food? And then follow up with who's getting hit?
The last person that walks through the door.
No response to that. Um, your eldest son does send a text just saying, I'll be over. It's your daughter who doesn't send a single thing.
She was always free spirited, always independent. Independence. What was her? Damn it, what was her number? Hey, honey?
He just looks
Honey,
out.
Uh, do you have her number? Or does she even use one of these anymore? Or is she still on that return to how we used to be in back in
Oh
your my day?
no, no, no. That was like her last. Was that her last girlfriend or boy? I forgot. Hold on for a second. He just goes, and you see him walking. Kind of breaks his back. You hear like the crushed water bottle sound of his back putting itself back into place as he kind of stumbles over to a drawer and he takes out an old school black phone bookcase and he's opening it up and he's flipping through a roller deck full of numbers. I could have sworn I had one of them here. What was the young man's name? I think his name was Williams Wilson Tate.
No, it was
Donovan. Oh, Gregory. Gregory. That was his name. It just walks over with a phone number. I think this was the young man she was with the last time.
these kids are going to be the death of me. And you wait, why are you even go lay down, dear? I've got this.
He he just crumples over into on the sofa. Phone rings. Someone picks up. Yellow.
Hi, Gregory, yes?
And Gregory Kane. Who's calling?
I'm so sorry to bother you, dear. I'm just wondering, have you heard from Alicia in the last little while? I'm just trying to get a hold of her.
Alicia. Oh, yeah. Firecraft. Yeah.
Fire what now?
Oh, Fire Rocket. Who is this, by the way?
Her mother.
She got a mother.
She's about to have a lot more on her plate than just her mother if I don't get in contact with her soon.
Oh, all right, Mrs. Firecracker. I'm so sorry about that, but I haven't seen your daughter in going on 3 months. Yeah, kind of
Oh,
stole my motorbike and headed off east.
did she say where she was going?
Something about I think she was in the mountains at one point. She said something about heading to West Virginia, which is weird because West Virginia doesn't exist anymore.
I'm going to throttle that child if she's doing what I think she's doing. Thank you so much, dear. I'll let you get back to your. I'm just going to assume hangover. I can smell the alcohol through here. Ta ta now.
But then you hang up the phone. Um, you do get another text from someone though, a number you've never seen before, and then followed by, "Do you have the ransom money?"
This is probably nothing going on with any of the others. Surely, it's nothing. It's a wrong number. Honey, just have the bleach ready. And it texts back, where's the drop off?
You get a notification for um, familiar right behind the hotel that you've come from. It's a few blocks away.
ETA 30 minutes. It's only gonna take her 15, but you never let someone know exactly when you're gonna arrive.
Um, and there's just a response: "Get here soon. We're not playing around."
They think I want to play. I'll be back, dear. There's Epsom salts by the bed, there's aspirins, and I'll make sure to have someone come and check in on you, bring you a meal. I shouldn't be too long out.
Okay, honey, love you. Back.
I know, dear. I'll get the good things for you on my way back. And just like how any other grandmother would, going out the door, just putting on her coat, grabbing her purse, maybe stashing a kitchen knife in it in case she needs it. Probably won't, but you never know.
Um, Weirdly, we take a bird's eye view from outside of the house as you're coming out. We see a raven kind of look from your direction, then fly off down the street, couple of blocks, and to our biker bar port where it lands on the bike of our resident biker, Samantha, who is there's a ghost that has caught your eye, Samantha, by the name of Bill, who is kind of waving to you as if he's happy to see a new face.
So Samantha's gonna ride up to Bilton.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, how's it going?
Uh, Going good. So glad to meet another one who walks the plane of this and the other world because it's been boring. Like trying to race the other ones and no one noticed that you were winning kind of sucks.
Are you talking about the ones down there that you were racing with? That or
Hey, he points to the other guys, the actual living bikers that have come in and out of the bar.
they're you're beating him in the race and they don't see it.
Exactly.
Do they know they're racing you?
mean, they drive like they notice.
They ever wave?
No, but I mean, never waved before.
All right. So what have you done to rectify this? How have you worked to improve this situation?
Well, you know, sometimes, I'll, give like a good rev, might spook one of them, slows down, might honk the horn a bit. Played Sweet Caroline a few times, but I think that was a little overkill.
I mean, did they go? Did they do the bump 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 thing?
I mean, what monster doesn't go bump bump bump?
Well, yeah, you get a point. Um, hmm. Were they like how did they get the how did you meet up with them? Were they like passing through or like and you saw them and followed along or what happened?
Oh, I usually get involved in like their storm riding thing when they, the rumble through the clouds, as they call it.
Uh huh. And you tear open and they tear open pathways that shouldn't exist.
I mean, yeah, but it's mostly like good old fashioned fun. You zoom in, through and out, ride through the clouds and the thunder.
Uh huh. Which is how you got up here to begin with. I'm guessing.
Just kind of pauses.
Yeah.
Might have. I don't know. Can't remember.
That is a shame that you can't remember how you got here. That would have been some good details. That could have been helpful for you.
There was one thing though.
Oh yeah, what was that?
There was one other biker, biker lady in all white.
Uh huh.
I mean, couldn't beat her. She noticed me a few times. Now she would wave. Tall
She
lady though, very tall.
she's gonna start like almost stroking her talon. Um, what did she look like?
I couldn't really see her face, but she was in leather biker gear, but all only it was all white except for like a black and a red stripe. And I think there might have been a green, some like green tint to it, but I couldn't really tell.
Okay. Was she wearing a helmet?
Yeah, yeah,
Full
couldn't really
helmet.
see her face.
Okay.
Full helmet.
Hair swinging out the back.
Uh, Looked like she had her hair covered. Couldn't really see the hair.
Of course, of course. All the gear, all the time. Power Ranger look. Is that
Yeah,
sounds
that's it. That's it.
that
Like,
sounds about it?
the superhero, weird superhero folk.
Anything anything particularly interesting about her bike?
It I mean, the bikes roar, but hers really roars. Like it's alive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What color was the bike?
And he just pauses. On one angle, it looked green, and then the other angle looked white. It's weird. Colors is weird for us because it's they're muted almost.
You see things in kind of like a gray filter all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, I get that. All right, so she's kind of picking at her teeth with her talon. Do they ride any differently when she's riding with them?
When she's in lead, it's like It's like hearing a bunch of thunderous horses moving through. Like they're all aligned. They're all trying to follow wherever she's going.
But as far as like style, you know, they ride differently with her. As
Yeah,
opposed
yeah,
to
they're not.
when someone else is leading.
Yeah, not so reckless with her. It's like she's leading a charge almost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She's gonna look at the communication device that she has and try to peck at, claw out a message. My mom's up to some shit.
Who are you clawing that message out to?
To the rest of the band, while she does not expect anyone besides Velma to acknowledge and understand it, what's going on, she is
Gotcha.
also sending it out to Victor and
Marina.
Marina. Yep. Sorry.
Actually, I will say, um, Velma, as you're going out the door, you do get this message. Marina, you also get a buzz from your communication device. Um, we'll get to you in just a second, but you are able to answer. It is buzzing beside you with this message. The only one that, and you can feel this, Samantha, the only one you can't connect to is Victor.
All right.
And in fact, after it seems to have gone through, you get uh, a red envelope uh, icon with a line going through it, and you see Victor's name.
As if Victor is no longer able to receive the communication.
Kind of looks that way, as if it just didn't go through for some reason.
She's gonna also type out her request, and apparently Victor is lost.
Uh, while that message is getting sent through, um, behind the two of you, as you're facing away from the bar, you do see um, a group of bikers forming, not just your father's group, but like multiple different groups are forming outside. A lot of them have started to get on their bike and they're getting in the formation. You do hear and you can even smell the hint of a storm coming. You think it possibly could be like maybe 15 miles away, but it is coming.
Who appears to be leading this group of bikers that are forming?
At this present moment, you see it's your father. He's rowdy. Um, he's loudly playing the worst 90s butt rock that he could have possibly found. Um, it's that for those of you who know, on an old stereo, um, big sound, definitely from a cassette player. It's mangled up. Uh, one of the tracks is definitely Creed.
Of course it is. You always had shitty taste in music, old man.
Pipe down from the peanut gallery. I'm not listening to anything from that end.
No, you weren't ever a good listener, huh?
Yeah, I see where you get it from.
So is it really you're gonna have to play this garbage? Do we have to listen to this?
Well, princess, you got a different taste for something else, something more refined for your palate.
Anything would be a step up from Creed. You could play Nickelback, and that would be an improvement.
And then there's like someone in the crowd. Who's Nickelback?
Oh, I guess that's the universe got something right.
Okay, fine. We won't play Creed then. Fast forward to what is it? Play that new I got it. Play play Mercy's Playground. Who wants to listen to Mercy's Playground? This is supposed to be hyping up everyone. And they get into an argument back and forth with like finally someone plays Stain and like that brings down the mood even worse. And it's just like, oh, maybe Creep might have been a better choice out of all of that. But they finally decide on Seether. They finally decide on Seether, and it's just they're just not changing now, and it's become that sort of function.
The moment Fake It starts playing from Seether, she's gonna switch it to Evanescence.
You and you hear a bunch of groans, except for maybe like one person who's just like, I mean, I'm feeling the vibe. Just all right, fine. Queen has spoken. We're playing her music, I guess.
So what type of bullshit are you up to now?
You, what do you mean? What a sort of bullshit? One of the big rides. What are you talking about? I thought that's what you got on your bike for.
No, I came to see what kind of kind of shit you were doing on these rides. Like,
It's a tradition. Oh, don't tell me you've gotten all soft on us and you can't ride anymore, and now you've forgotten all the traditions.
what the fuck were you doing bringing Billy back from there? And she's going to imbue a legend so that they can see Billy for to so that they can share in her ability to
God.
see ghosts for the remainder of the scene.
Billy just kind of waves. Oh shit, it's Billy.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know
I
how
thought Billy was dead.
he he is? You brought his spirit back into this realm.
Hi guys. What's up, Billy?
So again, what are you doing that's causing this? That is different.
Me causing this different. We go on our usual ride. We go in, ride the storm, and then we come back.
Do you have any idea what happens when you ride the storm and how that is affecting the world around you?
Yeah, it makes it a better place. Like we run, we get like hyper ourselves up, feel a little bit more powerful afterwards, and then we come back here, we get a few brewskis, and then yeah, it's a good night to have all.
And you tear into through the space time continuum and go into the underworld and bring out Billy.
Samantha, I don't understand half of them words.
You are the
Mhm.
reason Billy is here instead of in the afterlife.
So we
This
get to
storm
hang out with our
riding.
boy Billy, and you talk. You make it sound like that's a bad thing.
The only reason you can see Billy is because I made it so you can see Billy.
Oh, oh,
He's been trying to
okay.
race with you for months now, and you've been ignoring him. And quite frankly, he feels pretty hurt about that.
Sorry, Billy. Well, like, wait a minute. You make it sound like a bad. We can see Billy now, so like he can. Billy, you want to ride with us? Yeah, Kind of would love to ride with you guys one last time. See, even when you do a good thing, you just have to kill the mood. I don't mood killing. You didn't get that from me.
Well, that's not what Mom says, but that's it. We'll talk about that later.
Mother.
So you're leading this ride. You
Yeah, I mean this ride. I mean, used to be a time when your mother used to lead it, but now she's gone on corporate on us. Won't get on a bike.
I mean, why ride a bike when you can ride a broom? Um,
You get a few chuckles from them.
can she sense anything that might be off, that might be triggering their ability to fuck with other realities and dimensions and have
I say without
caused
even
her
having to roll.
to come to deal with it?
Yeah, without having to roll, that storm that's coming feels like it's connected to them and also to you. Like that storm that's coming feels like that's what's charging all of this.
So it's literally, it's not anything that necessarily that they have that's creating it, but it's the connection with the storm that's causing it.
Yes.
Is the reasonable conclusion. So convincing them to stop riding into the storm is really the only way to stop it, other than,
Yeah,
stopping them is the other option.
that would be your only option as of right now. Unless you can stop the storm.
Or how about someone else while I think about that option?
Coming back as our bird has flown off, has met another bird, and the two of them kind of have what the gays would call a mother off as the two squawk at each other. One of them fly off to the distance. They go past a few hotels, and then we end up at a penthouse apartment as this bird lands on a branch and looks out at a marina who Wo did a island adventure our last episode, is currently sequestered in their room after doing the island vacation when they were supposed to be on punishment, and now is well pretty much put in the corner. No television, no books, no entertainment, and including no fan fiction. Uh, we see them Kala in silence. Um, Brandy might be playing, but as Brandy is playing, we hear someone kind of stomp over and they turn off Brandy, and we see a tall figure with a top hat on, um, rounded sunglasses. They're wearing a pinstripe suit and they're looking at Marina. I think I also said no music as well, including Brandy.
It played by itself.
Uh huh. So I see that you had big fun and you thought we wouldn't notice that you went to the Sargasso Sea?
Um, Possibly.
Do you know that we had to contact cousins from the Caribbean? Do you know how hard it is to contact said cousins from the Caribbean to find you?
Uh, I mean, one of them could have been on the beach, so that would have been easier.
By the Bermuda Triangle.
It would have been, if you were in the islands, it would have been easier to contact them. I'm just saying.
Do you think our people are on or near the Bermuda Triangle at any point.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad place. It's really nice.
We have no dominion there, young lady.
So you're like limiting the ocean?
And you can see the best way to describe him is Claire Huxtable dealing uh that moment Vanessa is coming back home from the wretched after that night. Claire Huxtable, in fact, he turns into Claire Huxtable in that moment. So we're being funny, I hear.
Okay, now listen, it was great there.
It was great there.
Yes.
So happy. You know, me, your cousins, your uncles, your aunts, all worrying that you might have gone missing like the other
Y-
Scions, only to find out you were having fun with the wretched other Scions.
Okay. Um, so I don't do well being grounded.
Well, you don't do well ungrounded as well, I see.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of hard to like keep me in one place if you haven't noticed.
Or, I was thinking the other option was putting you into, and he opens up a closet door, and you see a variety of different dolls from the different centuries. You even see a Scottie Pippen doll. If you know what that looks like, it's very creepy. If you've seen Tales from the Hood, it looks something like that. Yes, it is scary. Yes, it looks like a marionette. You see other things. You even see Molly as in doll form. I mean, if you want to hang out with Molly,
Okay, can we come to some sort of a deal, possibly?
and we just hear someone walk in through a mirror. We see another man, um, white suit on, gray face paint. Walk on, zombie, tail gum, whatever. This. Ah, Marina's a big. They're big. They're a big person. They're an adult. They can make adult decisions. And this is in the 90s or the early 2000s. We can't just put the kids in dolls anymore. They say Marina's been punished enough, and Marina knows that how important it is to stay safe and contact us. He's kind of looking at you, kind of winking. And
Yeah, I'm definitely going to stay in contact, especially if is my device working again? I know it wasn't working when I was grounded.
it is working again. In fact, you got a message from Samantha that was ringing on the other side, but you couldn't really answer because uh being grounded is kind of hard to sit there and try to text someone.
Yeah. You see, this is working now. I'm getting messages already, and I will keep in contact. I won't just disappear. I'll never do that.
Also, it's not just Marina. The other three Scions, they look capable. I mean, it's well, especially the biker one and the mature lady. And what about that other one? He seems not. You met him. He seems, yeah, the one who flirted, and then they turn into their more feminine androgynous form. Yeah, so that they're a smooth talker, but they seem nice. I think I don't really know.
And hey, you all don't have to worry because I might have some alternate universe fanfic if you need it if something happens.
And he tosses your pin to you. fine, and snaps his finger, and everything comes back. Television, the sound system, Brandy starts playing again. Your different notebooks full of fan fiction and scripts and other fantasy things that you've been creating all form back on the desk. But if you make a mistake or you get kidnapped or stolen or anything, I better not receive a phone call from any of you. Not a single one.
So, do you want the fanfic that I wrote? Do you want your story?
Just holds a hand out. Hey, give me the damn fanfic.
And Marina just goes through a few and just hands over, like, I think 2 notebooks worth.
He just Legma grabs it out of your hand. You lucky your auntie wants to read some of this stuff. If it wasn't for your auntie, I wouldn't even be here. And he just steps out of existence for a moment, and then you just hear from an osmosis, just from the air, "Don't make me come back again." And then you can feel that he's gone, and the Baron is just like, "Oof." What are we gonna do with you?
Um, let me deal with this thing that I'm getting messages about and then have dinner, family dinner.
Yeah, I'll call your distant cousins and aunties who are all looking for you on the beach, since they're probably still here.
What do you want me to make for you?
You know what? I'm gonna let you choose. I'm tired. I'm tired. I have to deal with. He just popped. Well, no, I don't. I don't have to really deal with it at this time. That's being put off on that friend of yours, the redhead, very tall one.
Yeah.
She talks to the dead, right?
Yes.
Ghost thing. Morgan's. She's kind of like the new Morgan. You know what? I am going to pass off something to that one. You have fun, stay out of trouble, or at least if you're going to get in trouble, don't get caught.
Okay. I'll make you some bread pudding.
See, that's why I love you. And then he just jumps out of a mirror and then into the television and disappears into the scene of another show. As he's walking, it looks like he's walking backstage through like a camera crew. It's like an episode of Cribs almost, as he's showing off this view. And finally, we come downstairs to a crew of people who are sitting there going back and forth, and they're just quietly panicking as they are silently talking to themselves, or whispering mostly. Okay, where's the young master at? We have not heard from him in 72 hours. Well, we haven't really heard from him in 3 weeks. 72 hours. We know where he's been for the last 3 weeks. He's been gallivanting with this Sargosa woman and 2 others, one from that district with all those monsters and the biker brood. Yeah, Master is fine. What what's the worst that could possibly happen to him? Meanwhile, Victor, we find you put inside a bird cage, hung up, and we see a group of folks who shiesty mask on, bandanas covering their faces. They're all looking up at you. So, like, you're like rich, rich, right? So someone should be coming for you.
Oh my apprehended here.
You're not tied up. You're just kind of stuck in a bird cage. They just kind of threw you in
In an
there.
actual bird cage?
Yeah, they just hosted you up, and no one has let you down since.
Oh, it's going to be extra awkward when I have to go to the bathroom. Don't
I
get
mean,
in the splash zone.
the sooner your person comes here, we talk to your grandmother, I guess. Got her phone number. We just sent her a text.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, she knows the drill. She's got the money. Hey, can you at least be nice to her? Like this can be civil, right?
Sure, as long as she brings the money over, what as long as she does demands, you get sent off, and your precious Grammy doesn't have to put you in a box.
Perfect, perfect. Oh, what kind of like latch or like opening mechanism is on this cage?
As you're looking around on the cage, you don't see an opening. It's weird. It looks like a bird cage without the opening where a bird would come in and out of.
So how's it's locked?
Um, it looks like it's when you look down, it's locked from the bottom, like it's welded in.
Oh,
But the thing you do notice, you do see a young woman with blonde hair who is sitting on a couch. Um, you see one of those dog-like monsters that you guys had to deal with at one point. Actually, dog-like and a cat-like one sitting beside her as she's petting the two of them and looking straight up at you.
animal lover.
She just nods.
So how'd you fall in with these rapscallions?
Oh, they're mine. I didn't fall in.
Oh, they're yours.
Yeah.
Oh, are you a rapscallion recruiter?
Uh, Go by a lot of things. Sure.
How's the kidnapping important people business going?
It's great, Mostly we don't keep them alive, so yeah, you're like one of the first.
Oh, really? Well, what
Yeah.
usually happens?
Oh, you know, you burn some to a stake. Uh, you kind of hoist them up on a city block to like show off to the rest of the billionaires. This is what could happen to you, and your security guards can't get to you.
That's right. But not that profitable, I imagine.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Hmm. I don't suppose I could get my sword when I walk out of here.
Yeah, we'll think about it. It's a nice sword.
Oh, okay. It is. Something of an heirloom.
Well, it's expensive like one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, oh, just in case you're thinking about it, those bars, you won't be able to use whatever weird stuff you got going on with yourself. So,
Weird stuff.
yeah, keep
Who
that
do
in
you
mind.
take me for?
Well, you have a similar vibe to a few other people in the city. So,
Really?
yeah, I didn't want to take any chances.
Some sort of anti-magic tungsten? And I knock on the cage.
You knock on it, and then you feel like an intense zap that pushes your hand off the cage.
Hmm. Wow. Kind of tingly.
Yeah, I've gotten good. That one specifically is for those of the more Norse variety.
Mm, that explains the runes. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Does that mean that if it was like a nun, like can it hold anybody, or would it? Is it like specific, pantheon specific?
Is that really important to your situation?
I You got comics or something? You're within talking distance. That's on you.
I mean, does this look like a blockbuster?
Right. Uh, all right. What's the cat's and dog's name?
Well, this one on the right, I call him Boris. And Boris, the cat-like one, kind of meows a bit, which is weird for something as large and monster as it is. It just purrs and meows. Um, I still haven't really got a good name for this one yet. I'm thinking Beethoven because you know how big and fluffy he is, and Beethoven
Beethoven.
just yawns.
Nice. How much room in between the bars? Like
Oh,
enough to put an arm through, or is it like more like, because when you say like bird cage, I'm kind of picturing just the vertical.
yeah, it's mostly just a vertical. You can slightly put an arm out. You do feel like a charge in between the bars. It's not zapping you, but it feels like it could at any moment.
Fair, fair.
Listen, pretty boy, you sit there, you, I don't know, sit there, look pretty. The nice old lady's gonna come over, pays your bill out, then you can get the fuck up out of here.
Hmm. So you think I'm pretty is what you're saying.
Prettiest princess in the world. If there was ever a princess to be captured, you would be up there.
I'll take it.
Someone walks over, whispers something in her ear. She just waves them off. Yeah, yeah. You do hear someone come in, but you don't see where they're coming from in the room. Then finally, you feel something hop onto the cage. It rocks it back and forth. It violently shakes the cage. Uh, you might even have to grab onto the one of the bars to keep yourself upright, but you know it's going to do the shocking thing. But you see something humanoid, very large, and looming over. Wide set of teeth that you can actually see that looks humanoid, but you can't see any eyes.
Hmm. Monsters.
Jonathan, can you please not scare our guest? Also, you can't have this one. He's special and has a nice price tag on his head.
Yeah, Jonathan.
You see this large, slinking figure slink off the cage, and as it leans down, it faces you very, very close. You can feel a cold breath come from it, and it feels like you're about to get frostbite every time it wheezes and breathes out before it hops down.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Jonathan, listen to your mommy.
and then the young lady gets up. Oh, don't let him rustle your feathers. You know how his type are. Well, technically half his type. He is technically half of ours.
That's right. That must be why I'm getting such a golden treatment here.
Well, that and also out of all the millionaires and billionaires that we've kind of captured, you're kind of the more. I mean, you're kind of like a puppy.
Yeah.
Like not in the sense that you're cute, in the sense of like, I mean, how much damage could you really do?
Yeah, exactly.
Jonathan just slinks onto the couch. And as he takes an exhale, we see a more humanoid figure, still shadowy in his facade. Stupid plan. Also, I heard a rumor that your mother is. I don't want to talk about it right now. Right, right.
No, come on. Let's talk about your mother. Don't worry, I
Let's
won't.
talk about yours.
Mine?
Yeah. What kind of mother gets you into this situation?
Oh, Carol, chain smoker, left when I was a teenager.
That I being sarcastic. I really don't care about your mommy issues.
Oh, let's see. Wouldn't let me play video games until I had finished my homework and chores.
Oh my god. She just kind of slinks into the couch and puts her arm out. Uh-huh. And daddy wasn't there to take you to the fair.
Daddy wasn't there to take me to the zoo. And I was like, but I want to see the elephants, Daddy. And he said, oh, shut up and focus on your schooling.
Jonathan just looks over to the young woman. I think he's fucking with you.
See, when I was a little child, I also had a British accent, apparently.
Oh my. And as you regaling the story, we see a bird fly out from this area, go up the stairs, and it flies back over to Velma. And Velma, where are you heading to? Are you still heading to that location, or have you decided to go somewhere else?
She's heading to that location, but she's also. No, she wouldn't, because hardly anyone responded to her text, so she can't set that up. Shit. She's gonna go, but she's gonna scope out or scout the place out, get a reading on it of where can I jump out of if I need to, where can I put a body if I need to, and if it does come to a fight, is there anything nearby I can use, or use as cover?
Okay. Give me survival, and since you're scoping this out, um, yeah, survival and cunning. Going to
Now,
be difficulty of 3.
funny story, I don't have survival, but I do have some cunning.
Let's see. If you have subterfuge, you can also use subterfuge as well.
This is very crazy. I don't have subterfuge. Listen, we'll go
That's
with raw
fine.
cunning. Raw
Cunning.
like instincts. All right, what is the worst that could happen? Well, 0 successes is the worst that could happen, but it wasn't a botch.
The location they gave you is pretty locked down. Um, it looks like an open lot. One of those. There's a couple of other buildings, and there's an empty lot here that looks like someone might have decided to try to make a community garden at one point, and then you can tell, oh, they've been kicked out. Someone is trying to build some sort of property here. They are even cleaning up the graffiti around here, but you're not seeing where you can come in and out of or where you can hide a body. And in fact, it is technically heavily populated. So there are people walking to and from who can see this direction.
Oh, come and give the ransom money. This is one of mine. They are getting a talking to on operational security. I have raised them better than this. I know I did. Well, I did back at the old home, but that's besides the point. I should have raised them better here. And she's gonna take that moment to not be the constantly stressed and or pissed off grandmother and just approach, find the way in, and see who the hell has been kidnapped and who the hell by whomps.
So I was wondering if I could use the knack, blather, and skite.
Yes, if you
Trying
can go
to
off and
upgrade my.
read what
So
that
I think
does.
I met the prerequisite for that.
You have, but if you can tell audience what that is.
Yeah. So there are necks, which are they fall under the different heroic like archetypes. Um, Blathern Skite is when you spout nonsense at your target. They must spend a moment trying to figure out what the heck you just said, buying you or someone else more time to accomplish any kind of underhanded task, sneaking into a place, slipping past a posted sentry, lying their way through security, so on. This works automatically on any character of the same or lower tier, but requires an act skill roll to work on someone of higher tier.
So they're not a higher tier, so it is going to take them a bit to try to figure out what it is that you are going on about. This whole
I don't know
backstory
if that
thing.
helps Velma, but
You know what? I will say it does. And Velma, if you want to, you can go ahead and give me. I'll let you decide what approach you are trying to take for this moment of figuring out how things are going to go.
She can't get an advantage on the landscape, but does she see anyone around? Can she get a gauge for, oh, this is a professional operation, suit and tie, cloak and dagger shit? Or is this, hey, some like punks who think that adding spikes to their denim, making them slightly crooked, makes them like really edgy for some reason? Are they just acting a fool?
Okay. Due to your background on this one, I will say they're not the usual criminal type. Um, the ones who, sneak around and do hooligan shit. They're not the punks. These guys are more strategic, but also organized. They're more organized crime, a little bit in your old neck of the woods, but not the ones who necessarily did it for like a dom boss or anything like that, but more so in certain circles they call themselves freedom fighters.
Hmm. The world just loves its serendipity, doesn't it? And it's that moment of, I know this is not going to be what's happening. I know this is not what's happening. I know that's not how today's about to go. I know I'm not about to walk in there and find what I'm about to walk in there too. And then just coming to terms that this is exactly what she is going to turn or find. But she is going to find the closest route in and just see who is stomping around in their neck of the woods and hope that it is not who she is thinking.
While you're doing that, uh, Samantha, you have been planning something out to solve this situation. And these guys are revving to go. They've gotten Billy. They are now. They had uh, a small conversation about the theory of life and death and like the experience. On one hand, it's a little scary, but on the other hand, so wait, we still get to ride everywhere, even in death. I mean, that's kind of how that worked for me.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Um,
Like you can feel the storm getting closer.
just trying to get a sense about how much of this is it would be. The motorcycle club would not have would still have been able to function in in the reality that she grew up in. They had a place in pecking order, and if something had happened to her father, somebody would have stepped up and was in charge and knew how to handle things. Does she get the
Right.
sense that this is as well organized as the reality she grew up in?
Yeah, it's kind of like 1-on-1.
All right. So it's not just removing him that is going to cause the writing to stop.
Right.
All right. In the path, is there like a gate or an archway or anything like that they're going to go through to get into the storm?
You don't see one formed. Um, you do see on the eastern side of you, there is a bit of like storm clouds that are coming. And in fact, some of them look like they're flying a little bit lower than usual.
Oh, that is certainly not a good sign. Um, the bar is right there, right?
Yep, bars are right there.
She is going to offer to buy all the riders, including Billy, a shot for the road.
You don't even
Before
need a roll for that.
so,
They,
but before she does that, she's going to make her way over to the door,
mhm.
and she is going to carve in a little sigil on the door, and activate the longest road by making a mark on a door or a wall made of multiple parts, brick, blah blah blah. Step through to the nearest road to the close. Step through to the nearest road to the closest underworld. This doesn't guarantee a etc. 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 Marks remain on the wall until the psychic prompt passes through, or until someone removes said mark, or it naturally wears away. She's putting that mark on
Gotcha.
the door of the bar, and
Okay.
then opening the door to usher everyone in.
Simple enough. You don't have to roll anything because you just told them the magic words. Free drinks are on you. They're all going in for that shot.
All right. When the last one goes in, including Billy, um, she's going to close the door and take her talons and scratch the mark off the door, meaning that the door is no longer a path to the underworld.
Okay. You do that. And as you turn around, because you successfully have stopped them from going in the storm, even though you've made this cutoff, you can still hear that storm. But what kind of makes you jump is that you hear three knocks on the door.
I'm sure this is not going to be good. She's going to look at the device that she sent the message to. Has she heard from anybody? Has anybody
Um,
responded?
Let me see. Marina, have you responded to any of the messages now that you have communication back?
Um, it'll take me a little while, but I'll send a thumbs up.
I will be
Um,
good, Mom.
Vilma.
Uh, she probably would have sent a quick message of one moment, taking care of business.
You could have three knocks again.
She's going to scribble off mentally send off a quick message to Victor using secondary messenger. Um, the psychopath makes a knack skill roll to pass along a message along unconventional means. A bird tears a bit of newspaper, makes its nest, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Basically, it can get a message to anyone when text messaging doesn't work.
And yeah, you are able to send that message off.
Yeah. It's just where you at. And then she will open the door.
Victor, A bird does fly into your cage. Um, it does squawk out, "Where are you at?"
Uh,
It's a crow. They can speak human.
uh, hmm. I look around to see if anyone else is paying attention, any of the thugs, or if they're just like drowned out from me uh, talking too much.
They are drowned out by you, but they started having a conversation with not just between themselves, but you've heard two more in the shadow have come in, but you can't see any faces. It's like they are intentionally in the shadow in the dark,
Mm,
but their focus isn't fully on you though.
all right. I'm going to try to subtly be like, uh, I've been kidnapped. Need you to come and kill a bunch of people where I am. Go. Hopefully, you go to your master. Tell them to bring guns and pretend to bring money.
It just kind of like hops over to you, pecks you a few times, and then flies off.
Oh. Oh, it's going to be real awkward if that was just a normal bird.
As this bird is flying off, it's flying back over to Samantha. It gets there, and then we see a white bird. First as a white raven, its wings slowly turn a little greenish. It expands, get a little larger, and then, as if it's cutting from a shot of something, the bird dives down at the other bird, and it cuts from the scene back over to the bar as someone knocks three more times at the door as you're opening up, Samantha. And I need you to give me a either a defense roll or a dex and athletics roll.
Swift-footed is going to count on this one for athletics.
Yes.
All right, that is 4 with the specialty.
You're able to dodge out of the way as shotgun blast comes through the door, and someone in a greenish white biker suit, more Kill Billish than usual, than that more Power Ranger Kamen Rider suit on. This young woman takes her helmet off, red hair, and very tall, and you're looking at a mirror image of you, and she's just kind of slinking herself in.
I don't suppose level rebel will work here, would it?
Dad, who is this woman? And they're all still drinking at the bar. Fucking drunk. Dad, focus. Who is this? They are not paying attention to the two of you. She just kind of slowly has a shotgun out to you, though.
You just shoot at people without asking. You just
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, lovely, lovely. Real great personality you got going there. I'm sure it does you well in life.
Well, it's kept me alive, and also it's kept this place from falling apart. So, who the fuck are you?
My name is Samantha. Who are you?
Samantha.
You're this world Samantha and not some other world Samantha. You know how many Samanthas there are? Do you know how many of us there? Have you met others of us?
Well, I've killed a few doppelgangers. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, no, not quite the same, is it? You're the You're the first. You're the first clone. I take it.
Okay, what the fuck do you want? Well, I'm still feeling civil instead of feeling shooty.
What is with the fucking storm riding and fucking shit up for everybody else?
It's because they're storm riders. They're not fucking anything up. They're like these guys are like the weather. You should know that, Samantha.
So,
Do you tell rain not to rain?
she's gonna just point to Billy again. To be like, come on, like they can ride the storms without bringing Billy back.
And then Billy kind of waves. Hi, Billy.
I mean,
I think Billy. I think if Billy rides off, Billy can find his way back.
Billy wasn't supposed to come back from the afterworld to this place. That wasn't supposed to be what happened. But somehow, with the storm riding, it got fucked up.
Well, yeah, it's a highway. Anything can come off the highway. It's a wild hunt, for fuck's sake.
All right,
I mean,
fine.
ferries can come off the thing. You know how many ferries have come in and out?
You, you don't see any connection with your writing and the creation and this cause being caused of you making. Just let the storms pass, like without stirring shit
Storm-
up.
Okay. All right. I don't know what type of world you come from, but like, it doesn't destroy anything. They come in. There might be a few things that come back, like anything else, but that doesn't decide that that's destroying anything.
The torn holes between here and the afterworld seem to be evidence that you're wrong.
Torn holes. Those aren't torn anything. Those are pathways. Anything can come through a pathway.
Generally, those pathways are closed.
Generally, that's not kind of a.
You're going into the storm, causing those pathways to open, though, right?
The storm is the pathway. It makes its own pathway. I don't rip anything open.
All right.
I mean, the only sick fuck that would tell you to stop doing that thing would be one of them.
Yeah.
And
quite frankly, he he didn't greet me with a shotgun, so
she kind of grips onto that shotgun a little tighter. Oh, you're with him. I mean, okay, so since you're with him and I'm with, yeah, so you want to just duke this out now, or
so hypothetically, is there something that I could leave here with that I could convincingly explain was a realistic attempt to put a halt to this writing?
she sucks her teeth. And you notice she might be mirror world version of you. But she kind of has that same stubborn stick about her. It's very similar. Although you would say, I'm not as shotgunny on the first meeting as her, but you just like,
Mm-hmm.
you definitely family because you definitely got that attitude going.
So if there was something that I could leave here with and say that it was a realistic attempt to put the halt to activities, I don't know any better. I can't prove that it doesn't.
And she just kind of goes to a wall. You remember that there's a wall with a bunch of dog tags and other things, other
Mm-hmm.
paraphernalia that they would leave behind. And she grabs one of them and tosses it over to you. Just
Catch it.
show him that. Show him that you kicked the ass of one of their leaders.
Reads the
You
name on
know,
it. Who is
it's
it?
your father's name.
Okay.
Just say that you kicked dumb fuck's ass, and he'll probably believe it.
All right.
Um, and while you two are having this conversation, you both can hear your ravens, your birds, kind of going at it as if they're arguing back and forth like you are, but they're really, really going at it.
All right. Let's go. I'm just gonna. She's gonna nod to the raven on her shoulder and start to head
The
out.
other Samantha does the same. Although you can hear your raven kind of do like a finger snap, like a finger snap, like Z formation, and before it flies back over, and then the greenish white raven kind of like squawks and croaks and like says "fucker," and then goes back over to um the other Samantha as she walks in.
She walks in, closes the door. Right.
Yes.
These bikers were all getting ready to ride into the storm, which means Dad left his keys in his bike.
Yeah.
Yoink. She's taking his bike as well as this dog tag.
Gotcha. I will say though, give me, if you can, integrity and cunning, difficulty of two.
I got two.
Two. There is one thing you also notice. Um, Going back to the very first episode,
Uh huh.
you remember the young lady who ran the bar,
Uh huh.
took the message, was the one to make sure that you got the jobs, the one that you woke up next to, and then um, just coming back here, she just seemed like a different person.
Uh huh.
You notice something. She's been pouring out the drinks, hasn't charged anyone, didn't charge you,
Mm-hmm.
hasn't looked at you, and is making sure that she's taking something off the top shelf, which is something unusual for her to do. And these guys are murmuring something, but they're not being coherent as you're leaving the bar.
Okay.
But they are getting their shots. They did get the free shots, as
Mm-hmm.
promised.
Mm-hmm. And this bitch is fucking with him. Um, but we have to reconcile with the fact that there are very many things in play right now, and as a one of the lessons that she needs to learn as a god of death is that she can't play favorites. Everybody has to die at some point. So she's gonna let them take their chances
Gotcha.
and hop on Dad's bike and head in the direction that she thinks she's supposed to go.
Um, Before we take our break, Marina, uh, you were giving the coordinates of where to go. Um, but as you're getting ready to leave, you see the television flip, and then you see someone that looks out on in a bird cage. It kind of looks like the Miley Cyrus "Can't Be Tamed" video. There's camera moving around. There's a lot of music and lights, but instead of it being Miley Cyrus dressed up in that gaudy Raven Black Swan look, it is Victor, who is sitting there and has been babbling off a whole life story starting from birth. Also, he has a British accent, and also he can talk to birds.
Okay, I'm gonna try to scribble down this story the best that I can. Um,
It's a lot. There's a whole history, and he even had an accent, or maybe two accents before he even as like a prologue. So there's that.
I don't know if Victor can hear me. Victor, can you slow down or this is a lot.
Victor, you do hear her say, "Can you slow down?" You do hear that.
Satan, is that you?
I mean, I don't think I'm a Titan, I'm a Marina, but I'm trying to write the story down as you're saying it, but you're talking really fast and you keep switching accents. You need to find one and stick with it.
God, is that you?
We'll come back as Victor tries to figure out who it is he's talking to, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. Keep a lock. We'll be right back. welcome back. Hi. As we were last checking off, Victor is still in a cage. Despite all of his rage, he is still a rat in a cage. Unfortunately, as it swings back and forth now, a lot of movement has happened. There's a group of people who are sitting there watching you, and then you see like a discombobulated hand, a hand uh, coming from out the shadow, but doesn't look like it's connected to anything, and it's moving back and forth with your cage, moving back and forth, Victor. And then you just hear, okay, stop, just stop. I have a headache. I don't want motion sickness, and plus, if you keep going, he might talk again.
You know, when you're a kid and you like are on the bus, but you're like trying to stand and you like take the wide stance and you like compete with your like other friends because you don't want to hold on to like the bars, the first one to smash their head against the that's what this reminds me of, but like more hardcore because I get shocked if I touch the sides.
Yeah. If you can, you know what? Just for giggles, give me Dex and athletics. Rocking not too hard, so that difficulty two.
Wow. Dex and athletics, you say? You would not believe that I got 4 sevens and a 2 and a 4.
Um,
Loki Scions count sevens as successes, right?
well, that's when they become demigods and gods, and you're
Ooh.
nowhere near that. And because as you're thinking, you know what, I could be, you hit the bars, and it's kind of like a scene from a cartoon. We see Victor shake a little bit before getting zapped and falls onto the ground. He just hears a feminine voice. Well, he kind of seems a little it's a little entertaining.
Oh, I'm glad you find me entertaining. Why is your gang not working for me?
Because you're
Like you can
literally in a
make way more
cage.
money. What?
You're in a cage. You got ambushed randomly. You followed some hot pair of legs, and then you got yourself led here. Why would we follow you of all people?
Money, power. I mean, I guess those are things you guys hate, being thugs.
And then you just hear a voice from back. Oh, there. Okay. All right. You're using some very intense, harsh language there, thugs.
Well, what's a better miscreants, rascals?
And the blonde lady, she kind of sits there.
Edge runners?
I should drown him. I think I should just drown him. Oh, we also hear another voice. Hey, boss. Um, there's an old lady outside. Okay, there's a bunch of other old ladies. Yeah, but she looked like she's scoping out the place. And you're sure it's not someone's grandmother who's gotten lost? No. Well, go keep an eye on that. And if she's digging anything, or if she's your contact you guys keep talking about, go make the exchange. Yes, boss lady. Waves them off. See, Victor, the reason why I don't need to follow you is because I have what I need, and your usefulness is just being, well, damsel in distress.
So I'm gonna keep swinging this to see how. Oh, and I'm gonna put my hands on the top of it to brace myself this time.
You try to put your hands on top of it. It doesn't shock you, but it does feel like there's a force keeping you in when you try to go for the top.
Perfect.
But you are able to swing in and out, swing and swing. Um, that younger feminine voice. You sure you didn't get a clown? Well, I mean, technically, who he comes from is kind of a jester, I guess.
My goal is to see how much stress the anchor point can take.
Um, Give me a technology and cunning roll,
Ooh.
or an occult and cunning, and just tell me what the successes are.
Come on, successes this time. Oh, thank God, I thought those were sixes for a second. 3 successes.
3 successes. You think this is built tough, built very sturdy. Even with your rocking back and forth, there feels like there's a force that is keeping you um, up in the air and not from the ground. Um, Even with the motion, it doesn't feel like at any point this thing is going to snap in two or fall off its hinges and you able to
Mm.
make an escape like that. However, um, if there was a weak point, you would think whatever that force up top is, that might be your weakest spot.
Hmm.
And Marina, I don't know if you're heading off to meet the other two, but on the television, you can see Victor rocking back and forth in this thing.
Yeah, because we're going to have to get Victor, who clearly needs help. So yeah, I wanted to meet the other two.
Um, you go downstairs, out of the area, and walking across the street from your apartment, you see the Baron. And not Baron Somni, the Baron, our very shadowy figure, and he's talking to another person. They look like they have matching round brim hats. You can hear a little bit of their conversation.
Is it another Baron that he's talking to?
Not another Baron, but it looks like the young man from the other episode that you guys rescued.
Okay. Well, since I'm actually allowed to be out, I'm not going to try to hide. Instead, I will wave to them.
Um, as you wave, instead of him walking across the street kind of shortens and disappears until there's just a sidewalk with the two of you standing. He's able to move the buildings and everything surrounding in the neighborhood so he can have an opportunity to talk to you without having to walk anywhere. What up, young lady?
Hi, I'm just on a way to join some friends to rescue someone.
Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of figured. If there's someone had to be rescued, most likely Victor.
Yep. What's going on here?
Met up with a new protege right here. Not your protege. I like you and I want to train you. And I feel like it'd be very funny to the other two if they found out that you existed. And he just looks over. Um, Instead of his usual tall, lanky self, he kind of just gets eye level with you. So you're going on a rescue mission. You need some help.
That depends.
And as you two are having this conversation, we see a bird land between the three of you. It looks up. Baron looks at the bird. All right. You keep spying on everyone, but you aren't making yourself known. So either fuck off or say something. And the bird kind of looks at the Baron, looks at you, squawks a bit, and then goes, "There's trouble. Another Morgan is here." Well, whose fucking problem is that? It's the other one. Oh. Well, I mean that's more Red's problem than our problem.
Sorry.
Okay. You shoo off and go. Actually, do me a favor. This one needs to go to rescue Victor, and you need to go and send this message off to Samantha. So what I'm going to have you do, and he takes his top hat off, and instead of the normal hairstyle that you would think you would see under this hat, he has a do-rag and another hat, a smaller hat on top of that hat. Takes off the tiny little hat. It looks like one of those Masonic Lodge shrine hats. He puts it on top of the little bird. All right. Go send this message off to Samantha. Hey, girlie, did you get my job done? And also, spoiler alert, third mom is around. Good luck. Now, shoo. He brushes the bird off. Turns his attention back to you, Marina.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, I'll take some help to rescue Victor.
Yeah, good luck. Also, you're not in punishment?
No.
Even after your island adventure?
I finished that. I have something to do. And did you have fun at least?
Of course I had fun. I always have fun.
Okay, it was worth it.
Yeah. Until our next adventure, I'm going to take this one. Bye. And the streets part. And instead of you finding yourself outside of the apartment, you find yourself outside meeting Velma. Velma, it is a shock to you as the streets have moved behind you from this enclave. You turn around and Marina's behind you. The walls have closed back in. And the final thing that you see is a very tall, unshapely shadow with a round brim hat, wide teeth that look somewhat canine, but also human, very white. Nice to see you again, old lady. Ta-ta for now.
Sure.
And he disappears off.
You know what? I will inquire about that later, dear. You wouldn't have happened to have brought a weapon, did you?
A pin? Oh, and this, as she pulls out the gun. She holds it completely wrong.
Oh, for... You don't even have the safety... Marina! Okay, this right here is your safety. I don't care who tells you it's not cool to have it on. Have it on. Do you have any bullets in this clip?
Like 3 or 4, or I don't know. I didn't count.
You didn't count your bullets.
She only
Okay.
has 3 bullets in the gun, in the clip. There is one in the chamber, so technically 4.
Okay, 4 shots. That's not... It's
Now as
not
you're
great.
feeling it, you look and then you when you're able to because she has it jammed, you were able to fix that and you realize whatever that bullet was, it was a blank. So technically just 3 bullets.
I mean, I didn't think I was supposed to count them.
Operational security. All of you. Okay. Just follow me.
But I did put
apparently.
it into a pocket by itself. I didn't put it into a pocket with all of my snacks like I did last time. And I did
You
not spill the soda on it. Did you know that was kind of really messy when that happened?
the fact that you managed to soak gunpowder with soda still impresses me, dear, and I'm not sure how to feel about this. All right, there's apparently someone taken who thinks I'm involved, and I'm just going to go and say hello and see and make sure it's not one of ours. And
Yeah, we need to get Victor.
well, he hasn't responded to anything.
Yeah, he's in the cage.
He's in the Marina, please tell me we're not going to save Victor.
We have to.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might have hit his head. He was like using different accents.
Did I leave my belt in your purse?
Yeah, here you go.
Thank you. All right. Now I'm ready. Shall we?
At this
Yeah.
time, Samantha just rolls up.
Yeah, Samantha's able to roll up, and also a bird lands right on your bike as you um, show up. The bird kind of looks up at you, Samantha. Boss wants to know, did you get the job done?
I'm gonna hand the bird the dog tags. Show him that. Tell him whose bike this is, and that's his. You know, and this is his tags. This is his bike. He's not gonna be.
The bird kind of wraps the dog tag around him like a military bayonet or bandolier. It also nods his head and just goes, "Oh, by the way, your third mom is here.
Okay.
Good luck." And it flies off like a jet, fastening your other bird. And your bird kind of shakes his feather as if it's cussing that other bird out. You just hear squawk.
Long story.
Long story.
Well, we can discuss this. Um, but yeah, Victor is kidnapped somewhere.
In a cage. I think he hit his head.
All right. Well, the good news is I'm pretty certain this isn't a organized situation, at least not in the sense that we would know organized crime. So either it's someone with a grudge or just someone who's competent that's not a maid group, if you know what I mean. No one's getting iced or ruining someone else's wedding.
I hope that wasn't a wedding. That would be really terrible.
For the people I'm talking about, it would be a deadly mistake. Now, shall we go and see why our fourth member is kidnapped? And a cage? Really? A cage?
Yeah,
Out of
a
all the
bird cage.
a bird. Well, he does squawk like one.
And
Maybe they're onto something.
last I saw him, he was following some woman in a red dress. So who knows?
I'm going to. And she's done with it. She has just accepted that this is what they're doing now. It's just fully, yep, either we're about to have a wonderful mastermind plan here, or we're tossing people out of a window, or into a dumpster, or all the above.
You do see a man come back and forth around this small gathering of people that walk on through through this place. You think a lot of them are coming through as like a shortcut to get to somewhere else. But this man has been walking around long enough as if that's kind of the contact. In fact, he's even dressed with the combat boots on. He tries to make himself look casual, but he's definitely out of place, even for this setting.
Hmm. Looks to Samantha. Casual or guns blazing?
I mean, if we have a little chat with him, we find out we might be able to get some information so that we can go in guns blazing and know how many guns we need to. Um, we don't know how many people there are to shoot, but we know how many bullets we have. Maybe if we've had a better idea of how many people we need to shoot, we'd have a better idea of a plan. And with that, Samantha's going to whistle at the man and wave him over.
Takes a drag of his long cigarette. He walks up to all of you, doesn't get too close. So,
Got one
which
of those
one
for
of you
you. Got one of those for me. I left mine on my other bike.
uh, tosses you a stick?
Hi, hello. I'm so sorry, dear. Have you seen my grandson? I Someone told me he would be here, but said something about money. I hope does he need bail? Is he all right?
Let me roll something really fast. Soft screen. Yep. No. Sure. Yeah. He just owed us a few, so if you could just get us the agreed upon payment, you should be right as rain for the trade.
Oh, that's lovely. The problem is that I just is this is embarrassing, dear, but my safe combination, he was the one that set it up. I know, I know, but he's the only one that has that combination, and I really just need to talk to him and get it so I can come back.
His eyes gloss over before something takes back over. His eyes turn completely black, and you hear a different voice, more uh, androgynous, more androgynous. The voice just kind of goes through him. All right, cut the bullshit, lady. If you want your grandson
Language.
back, hand us the cash. Otherwise, if you don't, well, we're gonna fry him up deep, deep fried.
Samantha walks over to the bike, pulls the saddlebags off, throws them over her shoulder, walks back, and just kind of taps on it. We're going to need some sort of proof of life before handing this over. You understand? Like,
Um, and weirdly enough, all your devices go off, and you see a picture of uh, Victor, who is still swinging in the cage. And in fact, you just kind of see him uh, hands up to where that place was, and you just see him swing. You don't know what expression that is, but he does not look like he's completely in danger. He looks like he's having fun.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
You,
valid.
you,
Yeah.
you see what I mean about the head injury?
I mean,
Is
that's him. That's yeah. Um,
is he all right?
that anybody can make a recording. That could have been 3 days ago.
Well, I saw him on TV on my. That's usually a current thing.
He we don't even know that he could be at a strip club for all we know and just having a time of his life.
Well, um, maybe, but I don't know.
And she's saying this to the guy, like, look, that's okay. You have a video. That's not proof.
And as you say this, um, someone younger person, feminine, has on parasol, gothic Lolita outfit, very short, is holding onto a teddy bear, and she just comes out from behind this person. You don't know how she got here, but she leans out. It really is a grandma, a big, strong, tall lady, and she looks out at you, Marina. Well, I don't remember who you are, but I've seen the other two around.
Wow. Okay.
That seems very charged, little dear.
Well, it's hard to see her. The rest of you two, I can see. In fact, I can see even all the ghosts that hang around that one. She points over to you, Samantha.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, don't worry. I can deal with them. And as a ghost, you notice that now those ghosts are like hoarding behind you. She takes a parasol and swipes at them, and instead of them just disappearing, it looks like they've been erased. All better. You're here for your friend, right?
This is a little girl,
Yeah, it's hard to tell. She's more doll like than actual little
but
girl.
she's short in
She is short.
stature. Well, many are compared to Samantha. Um, Samantha's gonna kind of kneel down and just kind of tilt her head. Do do I know you?
You look familiar.
Like a relative, maybe?
Hmm. If you're asking if I'm part of an Irish pantheon, technically,
Technically. It means you're no longer active, or
well, let's just say cousins come in a variety.
As
You're here to make a trade, right?
yeah.
All we ask is that you provide your funds, and then we'll give you your friend back. Because he's kind of annoying, but like in a funny way. Kind of like a clown. I like clowns.
he's not a very good clown, though.
No, he isn't.
Is he physically harmed?
Well, no, but he keeps banging himself against the bars, which, he's giving himself a shock. I don't know why he keeps doing it.
I was just wondering what that accent that he had.
Oh, is he doing the accent again? Oh
Yeah.
no. Dearie, when I don't know how he got here, but did he have a little pill bottle on him, perchance?
She just shrugs.
Ah, well, that's going to be a problem. But don't worry, I have an extra spare here, but I'll need to make sure he takes it.
I can take one of you to see him.
Looks to the other two to kind of see how they're taking that idea.
Okay.
Hmm. He just goes, eeny, meeny, miny. And then points to you, Marina. She can go.
All right. Are you sure not one of the others?
Nah, you seem perfectly capable.
Well, yeah, I am, but they are like more capable.
That's why she picked you, dear. All right. We'll simply wait here.
Do you mind if I just have a little word with our friend here, a little bit of conversation? Yeah.
Yeah, we need to make sure I have the right medicine and
Yeah.
everything.
Just nods her head.
Just shuffle over the
So
side.
Samantha's gonna kind of turn her body so that she's in between Marina and um, which Samantha suspects to be mom number three, and turn Marina's communicator on so that it is calling to um, Velma, and that Velma's volume is set all the way down so that they can't hear until she turns the volume up again so that we can listen.
Okay, that's simple enough, and um, no one's going to check for it. I can tell you, no one suspects your communication is going to be on for this to happen.
Okay.
The little girl
Cool.
just kind of waits there. She does the thing where kids do, where they just move on the balls on their tippy toes and also on the heels. So she's just rocking back and forth.
All right, Marina, have you ever shot a gun before? Properly, not whatever that was earlier at the island.
Uh, I'm not really sure.
Okay, so when you administered the medicine, you're going to hold the bottle like this, so that way you can have the cap right here against your palm. And then you're going to grab the body of the bottle like this. It's a little stubby, so you need to keep this index finger out. And then when you're ready to open up the bottle, understand?
Yep, I think so. Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry. I can't joke with you anymore. I understand.
Okay. And if anything happens, well, just think what would grandma do? Or, well, this one. I don't want to think about what yours would do.
I
And
don't,
I thought I was strict.
I know the rules. I should really be better behaved.
Uh, we cut to a scene of um, someone who is not necessarily a grandma, but looks kind of like Viola Davis, who is just looking out into the city. I just know she's up to no good. And then you just hear two other relatives. Marina's fine. I mean, you act like she's just gonna go into uh, the mouth of the mouth of a hell mouth or like a den of thieves or some sort of dangerous situation. Meanwhile, we cut back to the scene. The little girl has tapped her parasol on the man that you met and twisted this man's poor body that it opens up. A visceral of blood forms and it opens up to like a doorway. And she goes, "Okay, we can go in now."
I am so grounded again. Okay.
So, what was your name again? I'm sorry, I apologize. I didn't catch it.
"Oh, you can just call me Morgan." And
Okay.
as she skips over to the doorway, and then she opens up the door, it's like visceral blood, something that you would see out of the Mask of the Red Death, something that Edgar Allan Poe and other writers of his type could come up with this horrific doorway, and she just is kind of bouncing up and down like,
I'm going to get grounded for this.
Only if you're caught, dear.
They always catch me.
Well, let them catch you doing something good.
you
Yeah. Yeah, I have to. I can't leave Victor there.
Uh, the two of you go in, the doorway closes, and instead of that man, it's just a pile of viscera and blood that reforms itself into like a grove full of red roses and a rose bush.
I mean, it's kind of a campy setting, but it is what it is. Let's lead the way, please.
Um, she leads the way, and you're hearing music. She leads you past a nightclub. There are people dancing in cages, but they don't look like they've been captured. Leads you past to another few offices, um, and then finally gets to behind the actual stage where everything is set up. She opens up the curtains. The two of you walk in, and then as you walk into the room, the first thing you can see, and the only thing in like the real spotlight, is Victor still swinging in the cage.
Okay.
See, he's alive.
Yeah. Can I have a moment with him, please?
She just kind of like motions you over towards him as she goes back to the couch where some others are sitting.
Um, Victor, I'm right here in front of you.
Victor, you can now see Marina uh,
Oh,
lower, but below you as she's looking up.
Below.
they captured you too, Marina.
No, I came to bring your medicine.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you forgot it. You really should remember to bring it with you.
Well, next time I'll keep a contingency plan for kidnapping.
Um, okay, over the table. The plan is for me to fire the gun and knock the cage down.
Or shoot the cage open. What are the odds of you hitting me?
The plan was originally for all of us to go in, but that's kind of gotten scuttled. Uh,
Hmm.
so above table,
There's probably options in character.
Okay.
Marina is about to show off how awesome and quick-witted and intelligent she is with the tools at her disposal. And
Okay.
we are all
I just wasn't, I wanted to be clear what we were, I got it.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Um, I'm just, I'm going to take a moment and write you a really nice letter, Victor.
Oh. Hmm.
But, and Marina's actually writing out a fan fiction where where she does manage to shoot the cage down with her weapon, which is a it's her gun, but she's made it like um work really well. Like she gave herself a sharpshooter ability in this fan fiction, and where she has Victor let the cage get knocked down and it flies open, but they have to escape because everybody sees what's going on. So she swoops Victor up and like fireman carries him.
Gotcha.
And it takes off. She's wearing heels, by the way. She takes off running in the heels, and like all they could see like her gown like billowing behind her. This is definitely fan fiction because who can run in like heels like that, you know?
I am going to do a thing, as this is technically my last storyteller's job for a brief bit. I am going to imbue someone's legend, someone who's watching, this. And what you wrote in your fan fiction, it's almost like we cut to, like we do a jump cut to Marina holding Victor as she's running through the club. There's people firing at them, and she's just making her way upstairs. You don't know, you don't realize when this happened, Victor, but you just know that you're in Marina's arms as she's coming up the stairs to get out of here.
I can't help but to feel it would be more efficient if you put me down.
I'm rescuing you.
Oh, okay. I'll just shut up. Continue.
Oh, a doorway opens up, and behind both Samantha and Velma, you see someone is coming out the door. You see Marina, more Marina than you have before, hair billowing in the wind. She has the gun holstered correctly as she's holding on to Victor. She's in the highest heels that she could think of. And it's weird that it's just like, what type of adventure did you just have? And you hear gunshots and like a whole commotion coming from the background before that door closes.
You like the outfit? Oh, right. I need to put Victor down. And I'll gently set you down, Victor.
So the door is closed though, right?
Door is closed and disappeared. So no one else is following behind the
Okay.
four of you.
What?
You. Why, how, and by who? And Marina,
By
you did good, sweetie.
this gang, Marina did all of that by herself. I'm amazed that see, I thought Samantha was gonna kick the door down, do some headshots, some John Wick stuff. I kind of wanted them dead. Well, they
Sorry.
didn't kill me, so next time, don't worry.
I don't really do I don't do a lot of killing in my stories, so
Always leave them
That's
guessing.
probably for the best.
Always leave them guessing. It's they're on their toes.
They're probably, were they shooting at us?
yeah,
They were, dear.
lots and lots of shooting. But I
9
dodged the
I
millimeter.
bullet.
checked myself for bullet holes.
You don't have a bullet hole. You do have a dramatic graze on your arm, and that's pretty much about it.
Yeah, Marina's gonna tear a strip of fabric from the bottom of her gown and like wrap it around the arm.
That's not even a 45. You'll be fine. All right. Who faces
But Samantha,
descriptions?
see, what I see is what I get. But you two, I can't. You're an ex-mob boss, and
Nope.
you're a reality bender. And I guess none of that matters. Shall we leave? Or would they
Technically.
expect us to leave?
Well, I don't exactly bend reality. It bends around me in the way that I want it to.
Like FTL drives.
What?
Hmm?
What is
Faster than light? Alcubierre drives.
Oh, kids today. All right.
I'll take your word for it.
We should probably go.
Yeah.
We should. It's nice seeing you all.
Where should we go?
They didn't even torture me. Can you believe that?
I think it was the other way around. But does somebody have I don't have my card and I don't know if I can. I think I'm a little tapped out for writing wise for a moment.
There is a car that rolls up right beside Samantha's bike. It is a Grand Marquis Lincoln. To three of you, you wouldn't recognize it. But to one of you, to poor Marina, you definitely recognize this vehicle.
Okay. Well, we rescued Victor. What else do we need to do? Because I'm kind of grounded again.
Well, we do need to figure out what's going on with the Saint and come up with a plan at some point. But I think for right now, getting that one and you as far away from here as possible before someone else comes knocking is the priority.
Yeah, but look how fabulous she looks.
Yeah,
Like
but I'm
they're gonna have
grounded.
like tails. You know what? They seem to be amused with me. I liked the creepy, weird little doll girl. She was the night. Uh,
What if they turn me into a doll?
what? Is
What?
that what your people do? You
Some,
mean they're not just absentee? Oh, right, that scary hot lady.
yeah.
Hmm.
And as you say, scary hot lady, that scary hot lady has a name, and you see the more masculine version of Baron Somdi as he taps you on your forehead, Victor.
So just apparated.
Yep.
Oh, oh,
I got a phone call from someone, a Baron, who just wanted to have, just in case you need to be rescued, and I
are
should
all the
drop around
Baron's
the corner.
friends?
It's like kin, like a
Oh,
cousin.
I rescued him for you.
You rescued that for me. It points over to Victor.
Okay, maybe not for you, but I rescued him.
Not even an hour. It hasn't even been a whole. Hasn't even been a
No.
whole hour since. No, no, it hasn't been a whole hour.
So what? So what's the consequence? You know what? It
What
was worth saving a friend.
what exactly did she do that has violated your guidelines of
I put myself into danger. I walked into the mouth of hell.
that wasn't about the hell.
Well, a really bad B
That was a
movie.
strip club. She was fine. My mom was there the whole time. She didn't get shot or anything.
You think your mother being there is comforting?
I think that a family connection has
Which
been
mother?
the one that everyone's scared to talk about.
Yeah, that's not comforting at all.
Want me to call her and you can tell her that?
The last time we did that, I had to go ahead and talk to my wife about it. So no, I don't want to deal
Okay.
with that.
Well, she's supposed to be here any minute now. So if you want to go before she gets here, that would be
And
that might
and
be.
if you
And you hear from the car someone go, "No, no need to do that, and no one's afraid of your mother." Anyways, not here to ground you. I was here to. We got company over, so I was here to technically pick you up.
okay,
So you're not grounded. You're gonna get an earful though. But you're not grounded.
well, you know what? It was worth it. We don't leave people behind.
And you see someone come out the car, normal looking at first, until you realize, wait, why are you here? You think you see King, then you think you see Baron, and then you think you see uh Tyrant, but this person looks fully put together.
Oh,
Baron, Somdi, I would love to apologize for the situation you found yourself in. Technically, these four are mine. Well, three of you are mine. You belong here, points to Marina. Kind of, sort. You're technically. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. Whole other situation. But the three of you, I would like to apologize. You three Or technically, we're supposed to just get dragged around like this, especially not by my three. You see, the number three is kind of a fucked up thing if you realize it.
Wait, you're the source.
You can call me Rex.
Hi, Rex. So,
So,
are you're apologizing?
things got a little out of hand with this one's. Then points over to Victor. That one's technically father. I got a little upsetty spaghetti and might have took his whole mantle and things and had him do a job for me, and he fucked it up, and now you three are discombobulated and scrambled these last few hours. So, consolation prize, give you Scion abilities as we try to figure out where we either keep you here, put your world back together. Still, everything is up in the air.
Hold on. That one parent, their failure is the reason we have seen our world get destroyed, get brought to this one, get dropped into several different lives that we supposedly had lived and yet also not, constantly go around trying to fix what we can while having half of the image in front of us. That's it.
Yeah, you experience Ragnarok, weirdly enough. Also, technically, this place is also experiencing its own version of Ragnarok. Monsters, trickster gods running about, gods trying to stake their claims. If you read the legend, you know, you know.
All right. So, there's a possibility that we can just hit the reset button and go back to, you know.
Possibly, but like, it's a little difficult because no one has actually hit the reset button after Ragnarok. So theoretically possible, but practically, who was actually around to last actually hit the reset button?
Why don't we figure that out after a little family dinner? Just get everyone on board with the program because after the last few days in this world,
Oh yeah,
something needs to get fixed.
that's fine. I was about to do family dinner with had to do a very awkward introduction to someone. Looks over to Marina. Hi there.
Hi. Oh, right, I need another dress. This is ripped.
He just waves his hand, and you have another dress.
Well,
Okay,
perfect. Thanks.
great. Your grandmother would love to meet you, but I decided to go ahead and meet you here myself before she could say anything while that is happening. Anyways, we need to go to the car now. Oh, looks over to you, Velma. I am so sorry about your family situation.
I can only get better from here, dear.
Well, and as he says this, you hear a loud explosion in the background. Yep, your two oldest ones are going at it, but you know what? That's neither here nor there. Let's go get lunch. I hear someone is making a cobbler. Or
Yes. Or whatever Marina said she was making.
yeah, whatever. It's fine. Um, looks over at you, Samantha. You grew up good, kid. Oh, you went a little goth with the whole death vibe, but like, I mean, the shit you went through. I also went through a goth phase myself, so
All right.
and also an underworld phase.
So we're having a family lunch, with, or
Mostly
just
my family.
all just your family.
No, point somewhere, and I will.
All right.
You get to eat lunch with a technically a well was a war god. Now I'm a kingmaker. It's fine, whatever. And also a bunch of Loa and some other folk. And yeah, don't think too hard about it. Um, might see an Irish cousin or two.
I
Some
knew
of the
it.
families are weird.
I knew I saw one.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, don't get any ideals. We don't need another one of you pulling Ragnarok off.
I would never dream of it.
See, you saying it like this. This is why I don't like dealing with y'all. You always say, I'm not gonna do Ragnarok, and then a Ragnarok happens.
Well, how many Ragnaroks per universe can happen?
Velma slowly pulling the belt out.
You know, how about we watch? You could just watch some movies with Ragnarok in the title.
Any of them good?
You know, we can find out.
Guar had a whole album based around the idea of it. You can listen to.
Yeah,
You can listen to that
Do you have
album.
Guar here?
of course we have Guar here. Guar's everywhere.
How
They're
about Creed?
Scions. We don't
Yes,
talk about
unfortunately they do.
we don't talk
They
about
al-
Creed.
they also have this movie from the 90s called Empire Records that we can watch.
Hmm.
And Gwar is in that movie.
They are.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Matter of
Because Mark
fact,
has a band based on Gwar.
as,
The band is with a C. Mark's name is with a K.
matter of fact, we just missed Rex Manning
Rex
Day.
Manning. Yeah. I think it's April
Coincidence?
9th is Rex Manning Day.
Anyways, get in the damn car before you decide. I'm not dealing with Ragnarok, you, or horses. I swear to God, if I have to deal with another thing with Loki and a horse.
Someone had to bring it up. And just getting in the car.
Well, it was either horses, vampire ladies, or some other stuff. I really don't. It's a long story.
Vampire ladies.
No,
Don't give him ideas.
absolutely not. Well,
They I'll write you a no, I can't write right now. Sorry. We'll just find another movie for you. Okay?
just opens up the car and lets everyone in. Just get in, get in, get in.
Samantha's riding dad's bike and following.
And before Rex gets in, closes the door and looks over at you. You're right, your old man's bike?
Yeah.
Wow, everything's come full circle.
George, I don't know if I want to know at this time. There's a lot to unpack.
Well, I knew you when you were mortal, so I mean, I mean, when you were figuring stuff out, you made a few, and then boom.
Oh.
Although I was kind of the wrong one that you called, I think you meant to call a friend of mine, but she wasn't picking up at the time, so I ended up picking up that call.
Hmm. Oh, well. Thank you.
I didn't really have to do much. You kind of figured that one out yourself. I just sent you the pamphlets.
All right.
Anyways, you're doing good, kid. Don't become your mother, though. My God, we don't need another. We don't need another triple moon goddess shenanigans for a long time.
We'll see what happens. I promise nothing.
Fair enough.
Moon
You are a
goddess.
Scion. He gets in the car. Anyways, It is so great to finally meet my daughter Marina, and he closes the door up, and that is where we take off on this journey for Scion the Veil Society. Thank you again for this last episode and my last foray as storyteller for a bit. I know we left on a few cliffhangers. There's a few plot hook stories sitting up there, and what is happening with the four going forward? That's a story for another time. Finally, I would like to reintroduce our cast and close out, um, starting with Victor. Hello, reintroduce yourself, where we can find you, both your pronouns, and also something to leave us off on.
Yeah. Yeah, my name is Cal. I played Victor. We use he, him pronouns. It's been fun, fun little what's in between a campaign and a one shot? Short run? Short run.
Short run.
Yeah. And oh geez, where can you find me? You can find me on Dork Tales. I am in the Transylvania Chronicles, which is a Vampire the Masquerade Dark Ages game that's going to be coming back after about a year of hiatus. I think we're just about to enter the Renaissance era. And I run Descent into Avernus, 5th edition module on the Patreon on Dork Tales. But I also do podcasting. So you can find me on the Block Brothers network. And I think my favorite is Too Much Energon, which is specifically a 150 episode run reviewing the niche part of Transformers, Beast Wars. Very specifically, comics and voice actors and writers for Beast Wars. So you grew up watching mainframe entertainment. Maybe I'm the podcast guy for you. And a fun bit of info. Oh geez, I don't know. I'm a Gemini. Um, Zodiac is rabbit. Element fire. So I'm a Gemini fire rabbit. There you go.
Awesome. Um, hi, Marina. Hi. Your pronouns, their pronouns. Reintroduce yourself, and where can we find you at?
Uh, Janie, she, they, Marina, she, fabulous, amazing, awesome. Also chaos. Sorry.
And we'll come back to you in just a moment. Minty, who played Velma. Hello. Reintroduce yourself, and where can we find you at?
Hi everyone, I'm Minty Bow, they, any, and I've had the utmost privilege of playing Velma for you all. You can find me on Blue Sky at Minty Bow, bluesky.social, 18 plus. I say it every episode. I'll say it again so we don't end up on Fox News. As far as things from me, I would like to give a hand both for fellow players. I would like to give a hand to technically on my screen is right next to me, but he's like over there. As that for running tech, been amazing. And I would also like to give a big hand for our storyteller Crow. I know how much effort you put into this, and I know how much work you put into this, and I want you to know that every story you run, I'm always kept on my toes, always eternally screaming, and I'm also masochist because I keep coming back for more. So if y'all enjoyed any of these folks as players, Crow's Nest Tea, me is kind of just babbling my head off, follow the channel, maybe subscribe, maybe kind of check out some of these other projects, and we'll see you on the next game.
And circling back to Janie, if you can just tell us where we can find you at. And you're currently muted.
Blue Sky, Janie Potts. I don't have a lot going on right now, but I'm hoping that'll change soon.
Gotcha. And finally, our amazing player who played Samantha. Hi, reintroduce yourself, your pronouns, where we can find you at, and thank you for being an awesome tech host for this event.
Hello, I am Zach. He, they. You can if you need to find me. There's like if you go to the Onic Pass this week's Monday meeting notes in between in layout and proofing, I'm in like three of those or two or three of those like six books that are listed there. So just buy everything that Onyx Path produces that comes out with it within the next couple of months, and I'm sure you'll find me that way. Um, other only social media that I do anything on is Instagram, where it's at Zach Rules Dice because Zach Ruiz got there first, and he is yet to give up that name. So they're still holding out. And like every session, Samantha is confused as fuck about what's going on. Um, but she thinks that she's actually going to have a moment where she can woo-saw and not have to deal with shit for a little while. So she's looking forward to that.
Awesome. Hi, I've been your storyteller Crow. He. Um, you can find me technically uh, as Corvus with a K on Blue Sky. Uh, um, I don't really post as much since I'm not on social media as much as I've kind of killed a lot of that, especially um, working with tech and also the horror stories that I've experienced. So I'm just like, you know what? I don't think I want to be on social media that much. Um, you can find me playing a bunch of different games from Crim Demented actual plays. You can find me on the not Power Rangers game that we have going on there. Um, you can also find me here on doing a bunch of other different games. One game that is supposed to be coming back soon is A Cursed in Boston. I will be playing and another A Curse. Who knows what that is going to look like? Um, and yeah, that is it for right now for what I am doing. Um, and yeah, I might hang around like a ghost, but I might be on vacation for a little bit, so you might see me sparingly. Um, Last thing before we sign off, I just want to give a good round of applause to my amazing cast and these guys are awesome. There would not be a game without them, especially with a scatterbrain storyteller um, who is basically has a lot of plans, but those plans fall through. So he's improvising, and they kind of help yes and I yes and with them in their chaos. Another big shout out to Zach, our amazing tech, who without them, we would not be able to even be able to run this or have the space for it, especially on my end. And finally, love and shout out to Onyx Path. Thank you to the Onyx Path team, especially ones with Onyx Path's Twitch, who allowed me to run this, who allowed the schedule to be switched up um, and changed out for me to be able to run this game and play a bunch of different games. And they've been so helpful, wonderful getting the books and everything out. Please check out Scion, the Scion Splats, all the books, not just the ones who's just like, this is cute, not just starter stuff, get all the other stuff. Amazing writers, including Zach, have provided a lot of different amazing stuff. Yeah, check out the new Titan book if you're looking to run a bunch of different things with Titans. That's one of the books that I look at for understanding how a lot of this ish goes. And one final thing, because I'm feeling like Mr. Rogers, especially on my technically last day for storytelling for a bit. Um, Read a bunch of fiction. Don't just read a bunch of self help stuff. Help your fellow neighbor. It is hard out there. We need more storytelling, not just from AI, fuck ICE, fuck a lot of these conglomerates, fuck all of that. Love each other, and love, peace, hair grease. And finally, you've been watching Scion Deville Society, signing off from all of us. Have a good night and sleep tight. Bye.